Welcome back to TD FINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We are live on April 25th, 2020. The NFL draft pretty much a wrap at this point. And what did we get out of the whole thing? Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, we got a Super Bowl team. We got a Super Bowl team. I don't care. All the haters, y'all stay where y'all at. You go ahead. You can leave the stream now. All the haters, I don't care. TD said we got a Super Bowl team. I know I'm optimistic. I know I'm positive about my team, but we filled holes. We got good talent. We got guys that fit the scheme. And we have guys who Flores will allow to flourish under his system. And we will be contenders this year, 2020. Ain't no 2021, 2022 project. We are going to be competitive this year. Like I said, all the haters, you might as well exit the building right now because it's about to go down. I don't want to hear nothing outside of Super Bowl, baby. And I ain't playing. I mean it. I mean it down to the bottom of my core, man. Super Bowl time, baby. If you don't like what we did this draft, you may not like certain small little tidbit things here and there, but the overall picture, if you don't like what we did in this draft, listen, man, you're a natural born hater. And yeah, I'm getting on you. I'm being nasty. I'm being gritty, and I'm talking my talk. You're a natural born hater. Come see me. Pull up. That's all I'm going to say about that, man. Hit that like button. Make sure you check me out on Twitter at TD FINSTALK. Instagram is TD FINSTALK. Facebook, TD FINSTALK. Also, you can find the content at dolphinstalk.com. Shout out to all the Patreon members. Those who want to join the Patreon, just follow the link in the description section. The link to PayPal and Cash App is also there. And I appreciate everybody who donates to the channel via Super Chat. Shout out to all the mods in the building. And DraftKings FanDuel with the donation said, fins up, let's roll. No question about it, man. And y'all already know what time it is. We got the whole family here, man, the whole squad ready to represent. Give it up for the panel, ladies and gentlemen. We got Finsanity. We got Reason, who stepped out for a second. We got Larry L. and EM Dolphins fan. Y'all let them know what's up, man.
Hi, everybody.
What's good, Fin Nation? What is good, Fins Nation? Let's do it. Let's go,
it's nice to have you back.
Shout out to Archie's Music with the donation, man. Yeah, it is nice to have EM back, man. He been dodging a few days.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Well, I did have other things going on. You know how it is, but I don't like no distractions during draft time, homie. No offense. No disrespect to nobody.
Oh,
no disrespect.
Man. I'm so pumped, y'all. I'm so excited, man. I don't know what to do with myself. The truth is, I don't even know everything we did today. I know some of the big moves we made today with the trade and certain specific players on the O-line, but y'all going to have to fill me in on everything as we go. But all I know, we're Super Bowl ready from everything I hear. Now it's time to talk about it, man. It's time to talk about it. Y'all hit that like button on your way in the room so we can have a big party here, man. We want 400 people plus, and we're going to get there. We got 286 right now. Wow. So hit that like button, guys. All right.
Hey,
let's get down to business.
Too low of a target, dude. 500. Come on. Think big. You talk big. Think big. 500.
500 what?
Viewers.
People watching.
Oh,
I like Larry's energy.
I thought he meant our record. I'm like, man, Larry, boy, I was about to say, welcome to this, Larry.
No, dude, that's a given. Okay, we got something.
I thought you meant record 500.
I got it.
500 in the building.
Okay.
Oh, man. But yes, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to ask the guys on the panel tonight a few questions here, okay? We're going to go around the table. We're going to start with Finsanity 5. I want to know. I want to know.
You want to know?
What did we do today?
We did a lot of great. Oh man, listen, we did a lot of great things. Today was really hectic for me. Trying to plan around my grandmother's birthday and still trying to be involved in the draft, and then checking out Reason and EM on Finside the NFL plug. Go over there and check them out and subscribe them. But man, listen, we when we traded up to get Curtis Weaver, I did not believe it. I remember I texted Esteban and the guys in the WhatsApp, and I was like, wow, that was something that they really spoken to our franchise and our organization. And then came the long snapper, which no one saw coming out of left field. Oh man, I really didn't believe it when it came. Like when I was watching it, I did not believe it because that was one of the picks like on the TV they didn't show. So I went to Bleacher Report to see who we got, and they were like long snapper, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But I mean, it goes back to the philosophy of special teams and defense, I guess. And then you ended off with getting the guy from Malcolm Perry. Now they listed him as a wide receiver, but he played quarterback at Navy. And from the games I saw, he's very athletic, very shifty, very fast. So it'll be interesting to see how we utilize him. And then we trade our last pick. I mean, I don't know who the guys would have liked to get, had to get there, but we traded to Seattle for a 6th-round pick next year. So a lot of great things from the team, a lot of amazing things.
And, one of the things, just to piggyback off what Phins said at the end there, one of the things, remember, I was worried about that I mentioned on stream. I'm like, if they take all 14 or 15 of these guys, they won't be able to dip into the UDFA pool, which that's the waiver wire in the UDFA. That's Flores' specialty. And what did he do, EM? As soon as that draft ended, he went and got Benito Jones, a guy me and EM were trying to slide into EM's top 5 scheme fits at defensive tackle. So they went and they addressed the trenches. Even for go watch him, he's from Ole Miss. Kid's a beast. Like they right after we got the first UDFA signing, great signing, man. And day 3 was the home run day for me, guys. I know I'm one of the biggest Tua fans here, but
I agree.
But day 3 to me was, if anyone watched our mock draft, you saw me and EM. We were going back and forth when we were trying to address the O-line in our second mock draft. And the names we were dropping were what? Solomon Kinley and Robert Hunt. And then the fact that they go out, and I remember back when I joined TD Stream, everyone was talking about, if you don't get Chase Young, you can get AJ Epinesa. And I was like, no, man, Curtis Weaver is the man to get. And then Esteban dove right head first. Esteban dove right head first, and he came out a massive Curtis Weaver lover. And it came into existence by me and Esteban putting that love out there. And we got one of the best pass rushers. We got an elite pass rusher at 164. And when you added what Jason Strobridge brings at 154, that's another top 100 guy. That is the ideal. We said it on our last stream, Ian. That is the ideal classic 3-4-2 gap defensive end. And we got that guy at 154, and who's an absolute, I know he's 6'2", a little undersized, but he's a beast in the run game. So you put him next to Raekwon and Christian Wilkins, and we're formidable against. We went from being a joke against the run, 32, to I expect us to be a top 15, top 10 team against the run as this develops, man. We are just absolutely stacked 100%. On that line.
Wow, man. Y'all give me pumped, baby. 100%. Ian, what you think about today?
Scheme fits. I've been on that, been banging the table and preaching that all year long. All of these players, again, I can't emphasize this enough. The approach that the Dolphins took, identifying players, selecting these players, they are bringing them in. They are what they did on tape in college. That's exactly what when they implement them on the offensive end as well as defensive end. They're going to get them and ask them to do exactly what they put on tape consistently throughout their collegiate careers. Moving forward, this approach again. This is the philosophy. This approach is the New England Patriots philosophy, the Baltimore Ravens philosophy, the Pittsburgh Steelers philosophy. So Dolphin fans, we should all be encouraged moving forward in terms of the draft. Okay, we should see so many draft busts from now on moving forward. So again, on paper, that players do have to go out and they have to make it happen. But on paper, I tell you, they couldn't have executed their plan any better than what they did the last 3 days.
And you know what's crazy about Malcolm Perry that I saw? Well, I know Phins was liking that Malcolm Perry pick. He actually spent his most time during the draft process with Bill Belichick and the Patriots. So we sniffed one right out of their nose that they were probably going to wait to hit that UDF.
Yep, absolutely.
Man, Larry L, talk to us about today.
Well, remember I told you that the free agency, we laid the foundation? Well, we finished framing the whole house.
Wire.
And the wire, too. We went even a step further and rewire the house.
Wiring?
Rewire the house.
Hold on,
Yeah,
do we have the
when you put the
closing?
hole, you put the frame up and you put the electrical, whatever these builders called it. Now it's time to take it home. Let's put that drywall in, get the furniture in, championship. Okay, big step. Also, look, guys, and this is not to you guys. You know what the reality is. You're going to have a certain percentage and a high percentage that's not going to meet expectations, right? But I'm so confident in this group. They're going to realize it quickly and move on quickly and not try to correct a problem. Look, we see Apple evident. They bring in Bowen. They bring in these guys, and they even pay for it. Didn't work out? Cut him. I don't care if we gave him a fifth-round pick or seventh-round pick. These guys are not going to cut it. They cut him. So my point here is, hey, we're going to have some failures here because that's just the way this draft up. Even the best of them rarely gets to 70% hit. Rarely. Okay, so we're gonna miss a couple here. Hopefully, it's not Tua, but we're gonna miss a couple. But I have extreme confidence, like the Patriots, because they miss a lot of two. They just get rid of him and move on and try to find another replacement. Don't hang on to it because you drafted him.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a lot of like clay type players, and what I mean by clay type players is players who have a form, but you can shape them and mold them into what you want to be and what you need them to be. You don't ask them to be too much, but you ask them to bloom into something, right? You don't have too many big names who are stubborn and set in their ways, and are going to be walking in here thinking, "Oh, I'm the guy you guys need to meet." We got guys who we took chances on, who Coach Floyd can say, "Hey, we took a chance on you. Don't prove us wrong. Don't mess it up for the next guy who's coming up behind you. Come in here, work your behind off, listen, get coached up, and get ready to go out there and fight for the guy next to you. Because we could have gotten someone better than you. We could have went and got one of those names, but we faced our jobs, our reputation on you. Because we knew you could come in here, fit, and do the things that we needed you to do. Just come in here and do it and keep working and grinding. And we as a team, not as one player, as a team can fight and work and do whatever is necessary to try to get this team and this franchise back on track. First, you got to get on that track and then steamroll, because I'm going to put that in there, your way to a Super Bowl. So I love it. Like what Larry was saying with the foundation and all that, I love it.
Yeah. I think one connection you can find with both sides of the ball in the trenches is, whether it's Solomon Kinley, whether it's Robert Hunt, whether it's Raekwon Davis, whether it's Jason Strowbridge, whether it's Benito Jones and undrafted free agency. The thing is, we got bullies. We got violent guys that want to maul and blow you up, not just push you around.
Attitude.
These guys want to blow you up at the line. So,
by the way, Fitzadity, I want to give you a thumbs up on your description because it fits into what EMI were talking about when the Dolphins drafted Austin Jackson and everybody was having a cow. Like both EMI agree. The Dolphins won. This guy has ultimate high ceiling, and they want, and you put in the better words than I ever did. They want to clay him, mold him, and shape him into their character. How the Miami Heat is great into their culture, like the Miami Heat into their culture. Awesome insight.
You can have clay players or rock players. That's how I see it. Clay or rock.
Yep.
Same thing with Noah to me.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
By the way, guys. Reese, I think you would want in one of your other little podcasts. You asked who was your favorite pick. I didn't get to answer that. My favorite pick of this draft is the one that I criticized the most, Noah, because this kid, 2 years, okay, whether it was the right pick or not, you got to love the kid. 2 years, he becomes a wide receiver to a position he never played, and he's so far ahead in his ability that speaks to his innate talent. This kid not only has the physical talent, but to me, that shows that he has football instincts in him. Okay, that's the type of player that takes their talent and become great players. So I love that pick, even though I still hold on that it was not the right pick.
Like I've said before,
I it's my best player.
I love the guy. I said I love the kid. He's a scheme fit.
Mm-hmm.
He's a perfect scheme fit for a team that runs. We ran the second most press coverage in the league last year, and this guy ran the second most press coverage snaps in the draft. I get the scheme fit. I like the pick. I don't like where it was.
Where
picked.
we took him.
Yeah. And that's legitimate. That's a legitimate argument. You know, I totally get that. But I just think, that's where we have to try with this particular pick, considering where they picked him and what was available on the board. We just have to lean more on Flores and
when I talk ball game off the ledge, I was telling him, they've done the most work out of all the players in the draft. They've done the most work on this kid, so they must have seen something they really liked, and that's all. That's all.
Yeah.
And for those who are asking right now, for those who are asking right now, what's the channel that Reason and EM is on? It's on your screen. Finside the NFL. Make sure you check it out, guys. Don't miss it, man. You're getting a lot of Dolphins content over there. And
you'll find me in the chat section. So if you guys want to chat it up with me, I'll be in the chat somewhere, popping up.
So Larry started something that he actually jumped in on the next question. Okay. Who was who was your most shocking pick that surprised you that you were happy about? Let's go with you, EM.
Surprising?
That you were happy about.
Like ecstatic about. Like, wow.
Well, he's going to say Tua.
He wasn't shocked, though. He wasn't shocked. Well, question.
If he was as much as I had faith that we would take him, I still was.
He was just like me when you guys saw him stream. Like, I guarantee make the pick.
I will say, that's a good question, TD. See, I just had a feeling that they would get Raekwon Davis at some point, and if you go back to me and Reasons' defensive tackle evaluation, he was high on both of our boards. I mean, we wanted him. We were targeting him. Probably Curtis Weaver, bro. Yeah, in terms of the value of where he picked, I don't think people realize how good this kid is. Now,
you know why? Part EM. Yeah, in part because there's prejudice. They see Weaver, and he's not your typical looking Russian defensive end, right? He's not long body, blend. He's a squatty little guy like me who just does whatever eats, does whatever it takes, learns whatever it takes to do the job. And so in that regards, I'm with you. It's the most shocking because how the hell did he end up all the way over there?
Yeah.
Okay. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
I think people are sleeping on this particular prospect because he's not, Chase Young in terms of his imposing athleticism. You know what I mean? He's more of a technique, hand placement guy. But I could see him ideally
great balance, body control.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And he's just not overly athletic, and I think that's why one of the reasons why he slid so far this year. But in terms of the tape, in terms of the production that this kid had for 3 years, you can put his stats up against
TD.
You can put his stats up against Chase Young's of the world.
Yep.
Tia Gross-Matos of the world.
Boy, I hope you're all right, man.
Bro, TD.
I'm telling you, bro.
TD. He had a 22.9 pass rush win rate, bro. 23% of the time he rushed, he won. And he had a 92.3 pass rush grade, man. The guy had crazy amount. He had 31 hurries this year, 31 hurries last year. He's had, in 3 years, he's had 38 sacks in 3 years.
To get him,
let me tell you something, right? This is particularly one I cannot understand.
Hold on, Larry. Can you hear EM?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was talking the same time he did. I apologize, EM.
No, you can let him finish, and then we'll come to you.
Okay, yeah. Let me tell you something, right? This is one of the, I said, a lot of things that I don't understand about people. The number one criteria I always look at, you give me, like we say, which is our top 10 defensive end. The number one criteria that I place above all that, I give the highest mark for is production. Okay, all these other wonderful prospects. Yes, they're wonderful prospects, but none of them anywhere near the production. Now, it doesn't guarantee you that, but it's a great. If you could tell me you got a prospect that did that, I want to look at that prospect. My 100-point rating system, he's got a 50 right off the bat because a head start against everybody else. Don't give me Clavon Chaisson, who got 6 sacks or whatever he got in his career. Oh, but he's bendy. He's edgy. He may be a great player, but, if everything else checked out, I would take Weaver over him anytime, okay, because he has production. And production's what wins football games, not athleticism. Golly. Production, Zach Thomas. Come on. Oh, short little guy, not the fastest guy in the world. All he does is get 100 tackles a year. Production. By the way, he's not a Hall of Famer, but he was a great football player.
Yeah, this kid, in terms of value, where they selected him at, that's immense value in the 5th round. This kid, he has been nothing but productive since over his career at Boise State. And again, if you look at it, you evaluate this kid's tape, and you see where his strong suits are in his skill set. That is exactly what we will ask him to do as we implement him in our scheme moving forward. I mean, that's what he excels at. Hand placement, heavy hands, strong at the point of attack. Again, basic fundamental two-gap principles in this 3-4 scheme. And I'm telling you, he's an ideal scheme fit. I didn't have him in the top 5 on mine, and I'll be first to admit, when we had our edge evaluation, he wasn't in my top 5 because of his limitations athletically, in terms of his long speed, in terms of his ability to bend the edge. But you can't knock this kid's technique, okay, and his ability to be stout at the point of attack in the run game. So again, moving forward,
I didn't have him in my top 5 either.
And again, moving forward, him and Stoneburner? Strobridge. Okay. Both of look at the strength of their game. Both of them will be able to get on the field immediately because what is this? What does Flores covet more than anything? Run defense. They will be able to get significant playing time early on in their career. And you look at, if you go back and look at why, hey, listen. If you go back and look at why Taco Charlton's of the world, your Charles Harris of the world, healthy scratches down the stretch. It's because they were terrible in the run game, terrible in applying two-gap principles. Terrible. You won't have that problem with these players.
And Strobridge is super athletic, and he's passed that offensive lineman on stunts and slants in like the blink of an eye, man. He's gone. And I'm telling you, man, I really think people look at his size and automatically think he can't hold his own in the run game, but that's his bread and butter, man. So,
and again, and you remember on our free agent
defensive tackle, yeah.
And EM Curtis Weaver this year got better in the run game himself too. So
absolutely, I'm telling you, man. If you go Raekwon Davis, the kid from North Carolina, Curtis Weaver, go look at their tape. Look at the elite hand placement that these kids display. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm a defensive guy, so trench play. That's what I tend to lean. That's what I tend to lean towards when I'm evaluating. I love watching tape of defensive players.
And they got
all three of them.
They got that high and tight. They're high and tight. They got that great technique, but they also got cinder blocks for hands. So
absolutely.
Like they'll knock you right off your balance, man.
And you remember when they introduced Flores and Patrick Graham. I know Patrick Graham is not a defensive coordinator anymore. But what did they say they covered the traits they look for? Heavy hands, elite hand placement.
Yep.
That's what they said when they were introduced. So these kids, I'm telling you.
Shout out to Vic Coaster. No, you're good. Shout out to Vic Coaster who said, except for a couple of questionable choices and timing, I like the draft and the choices we made. We just need a couple of picks next year as it looks right now. But we are leaders in our division. No question, baby. AFC East, we're about to take it home, baby. AFC East champs. Listen, man, you know what? I got so many great questions to ask y'all right now, man. I want to finish getting the surprise picks. We're going to pick up where we left off. What about you, Reason? What's the one that wowed you?
Okay, well, obviously the fact that we got Curtis Weaver where we did, we got probably the third best pass rusher in this draft at that spot. But the one that shocked me was the long snapper with James Proche on the board from SMU. I mean, that's perfect for our slot. I mean, that's why I just look at that guy and he's perfect for our slot. So that just surprised me that they did that. I mean, but yeah, I was shocked that Curtis Weaver was available at 164.
Curtis Weaver. What about you, Pinsanity?
This comes down very easy for me. It's not the pick that we took, it's the pick that we traded in the 5th and got Matt Breida. I know he's coming off of an injury, but when you have a guy that was averaging 5.1 yards per carry coming behind this offensive line, I did not see them. I mean, we heard things about Leonard Fournette possibly, but I heard nothing about the possibility of us getting Breida, and that completely shocked me. And it made me happy because I know how effective he was early on in the season before he got hurt. And then Tevin Coleman came back, took snaps away from him, and then Mostert took snaps away from him. He can catch the ball, he can run, he's fast, and he is going to be a perfect accompaniment to Jordan Howard. So, I love the run game and I love the defense. So when that happened, it was right before I had to leave. I was so excited and so happy. So you got a starting running back for a 5th round pick, and he's not worth that much, like $3.25 million for his type of production.
He's in a contract. He's in a contract year, though. He's in a contract year.
I agree.
That's the only downside.
I agree. I agree with that 100%. But I have been hearing. We said months ago on TD Stream. I had been hearing. Actually, my brother had told me months ago that he had been hearing. He's a Niners fan, and he had heard that Miami was sniffing around Matt Breida like months ago, and so
you know what happened. And you know what happened? Ian, we talked about this too. What happened was we took Robert Hunt, right? The Ravens wanted him, and then they gave us the old gun ho at 55 and took JK because they knew how we had him, and then we hit the phones on Breida, man.
Yeah, it's an excellent consolation prize, I think, because
I think we would the Thunder.
Because think about it. I think if we would have taken a running back with either second round pick, that would have cost us Raekwon Davis, which I think overall, in the grand scheme of things, he is the more important chess piece moving forward as opposed to a running back. As much as I love DeAndre Swift, I think this was the play to make because you get this player, Matt Breida, number one, he's proven. He's already in the NFL. He's an elite, and I mean elite athlete. Elite. I mean, from an athletic standpoint, I don't think maybe Jonathan Taylor can match his athleticism. Maybe.
It's 4.38, and Taylor was 4.39.
So, and if we would have selected a running back, the things that we would have asked him within the confines of our scheme, Matt Breida can do the exact same thing for us. So it was a win-win. Their plan was executed overall. Yeah, attack of the draft was executed flawlessly. You couldn't have. Go ahead.
Let me tell you my surprise draft pick that wowed me. It was Tua Tagovailoa at number 5, but I wasn't wowed until today. No, y'all, of course, people gonna get on me about the Tua, and they're gonna get on me for years to come about it. But let me tell you what wowed me about the pick, and the reason why it didn't wow me until today. Because not only did we get Austin Jackson and Robert Hunt, but we also went and got a brick on that line in Solomon Kinley. I feel so good that we invested the right way in putting the necessary pieces up front to not set this kid up for failure. Of course, he's still going to take hits, and we're still going to hope he doesn't get injured. But at the same token, I personally feel between free agency and now and some of the guys that we already had, we've done, not doing, I believe we've done our due diligence in making sure whoever's behind center is taken care of properly. And obviously, if you put a 5th pick on Tua Tagovailoa, he is the guy for the future to come. And we're setting him up the right way. You know how I always said, get all the pieces, then put the cherry on top. Because a lot of us never really believed that we could get all the pieces this year. We knew we could get all the pieces this year, but we didn't know we could get the value that we got in these later rounds. A lot of these picks were impressive to us in these later rounds. I mean, like we talked about, Solomon Kinley's impressive to me in the later round. Jason Strawbridge, Curtis Weaver, even Raekwon Davis, where we got him. I'm just saying a lot of these picks were impressive in later rounds, and I didn't see that coming. I knew that they were going to scout some guys, grab some guys that they like, but these guys that you all have mentioned as sleepers and huge opportunities between EM, but especially Reason mentioned tons of them. Finsanity, Esteban even mentioned a few of these guys. We knew who these guys were, and it looks like our scouting department in our front office, they knew who these guys were as well, and we did it the right way, man. I'm looking at some grades for guys in the 4th and 5th round with A's and A pluses. Where do you get that at? I mean, you at least like you think that you can't find no A plus in no 4th or 5th round, but we did.
I agree.
We did. And that's why I feel like, listen, man, I just never wanted what happened to Tannehill to happen again, whether we believed he was the guy or not. Tua Tagovailoa, and I think you all would agree with this, he has no excuse. I personally will give him a window for, you're a rookie, you're young, you're learning, the little mistakes here and there, but this is how Patrick Mahomes was set up. This is how some of the great young quarterbacks were set up the right way. And it should make everybody, I don't care if you hate Tua, you didn't like Tua, it should make you feel good that this guy is coming in with a situation like he had in Alabama. And that's what you want, to him to pick up where he left off. And outside of that, I'm ecstatic about Raekwon Davis, baby.
TD, since I've come on your channel and since I've been petitioning for Tua, what have I said? All of you would hate me because I'd have the most boring draft in the world. It would just be offensive line, offensive line. Because if you're going to bring in, even if you would have bought in Burrow, you would have had to go the same route because Fitzpatrick carries them this year, and those rookie linemen, they get seasoned this year under Fitzpatrick and get ready for the heir to Marino's throne to take over the reins next year.
That's a big pedestal. Heir to Marino.
That's what he is.
He has that skill set. Now listen. Listen, I'm excited. I'm excited about how everything unfolded, free agency and the draft. But again, this is on paper. They have to go out and prove it. So let's not get ahead of ourselves now. They still have to go out and prove it.
Can I say something?
Also, let me put a little damper on TD's. I honestly believe with this regime.
All right, guys. So I'm just saying, Larry. Go ahead, Larry. I'm just joking, man.
No, okay. No. You know I love you, TD. You're the greatest. Okay, your enthusiasm is contagious. But and I know you in the heart of heart, you're a realist, okay? But you like to see everything positive. That's awesome, and I love that. Me, I'm the realist. That's also excited. But look, I have confidence that this is why, to me, Tua was not a gamble per se, right? And why the Dolphins have so much capital, they could do things other teams cannot dream about. After 2 years, when our kids start to, if they show what their backbone and actually produce like we expect it to produce, and Tua doesn't produce, I bet you bottom line dollar they'll get rid of him. Okay, because they want a championship. And I thought it was the reason I said 2 years. That sounds weird. After what happened in Green Bay, who may become available in 2 years from now. Yeah.
Oh,
so Tua is on the clock.
Yeah, but I don't want a 38-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly. Hey, shout out to
Orlando.
By the way, I'm not saying that's going to happen. That's like the just in case breaking an emergency.
I'm telling you right now, the reason why you're seeing the reason why you see more turnovers and more head scratching plays with Aaron Rodgers, and me and Liam have talked about this right now, is because he can't lean on his arm as much as he used to, and his lazy mechanics in certain areas are starting to catch up to him. So I don't want that at 38 when the arm is
okay. I'm sorry, Reason. I didn't meant to get you guys off track. I'm just saying the principles what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know,
so
there's going to be other quarterbacks out there. So just like they treat Rosen like this, they're going to treat Tua like this. We want to win. That's our priority. I don't care about your ego. I don't care about how much money you're making.
No, look, listen.
This is not a Mitchell Trubisky situation. This is not a Mitchell Trubisky situation.
No. Listen.
I
believe Listen. I do. Tua has to prove it on the field. He has to. All of these picks, the free agent additions, they all have to get on the field to prove it. But again, we just listen. We just have to trust the process, trust the evaluations, and let it all play out. That's all we can do.
And we trust them. They gave the best. Let me tell you, life is about opportunities, right? The more opportunities you create, this is football also. That what distinguishes the great teams from the bad teams. The great teams create more opportunities. Opportunities for turnovers, opportunities for touchdowns. Every team can score a touchdown. Every team can get an interception, but the great teams get more and they win. Okay, This is what this draft, in my book, is. It's opportunity. We got a lot of talent, and the free agency got a lot of talent. So we have an opportunity to create a football team. It's going to happen. Life gets in the way. We're going to find out. But I like our odds better than any other team right now. That we're going to, about 2 years from now, we're going to be a dominant football team because we created all this opportunity.
We're going to the Super Bowl, baby. And shout out to Audubell 22.
2021, baby.
Hold on, guys. He said TD backpedaling like Floyd Mayweather on this Tua pick. No.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what? Hey, that was a compliment because Floyd Mayweather undefeated. That's exactly why. That's exactly why.
None of us. Hold up. Wait. I don't care how great Tua was, and is going to be. Let me handle this. If we had not done what we did with this offensive line, none of you in the comment section, none of us on this panel would be confident in that Tua pick. We would all be sitting here like, what would they be thinking? No, you wouldn't. Not the way they were in our backfield last year.
Confident in the player, but not confident in his success because it takes more than just him to be successful.
Oh yeah. I'd be saying they better have saying I love the Tua pick, but they better have a damn good plan next year in the off season. That's what I'd be saying.
Man, I feel good. I was just employed to money with Mayweather, baby.
I've already read where some of our fan base want him to start, and I'm like, no. I'm like, no. But look at what getting the offensive line and getting all these picks has already done to our fan base. Oh, start him. What? Are you crazy?
Fitz
we already know they're going to say that. As soon as they get in camp and they see a few throws, man, y'all already know what the Miami media going to do. Now, that's not saying brand new.
Let Fitzpatrick roll it. He earned it. If we get Fitz tragic, go to Rosen or Ruddock, man. Do not play games with this. Because TD, you know, and everyone else on this panel knows, whether offensive tackle, guard at the next level, that's a big transition. Give these guys a year to see themselves, and then let's think about that, man. We got too many changes on that offensive line to go with that right now.
Reason. You know that training camp and preseason is going to drive y'all crazy. We're going to hear every word about
Flores ain't going to listen. I pray Flores is just going to black it out, man. Like
Flores is another God. I'm getting Eric Spoelstra. It's just background noise. He ain't gonna. He's at that static look.
You can a lot of Miami Heat references.
But let me ask y'all a question.
They're a winning organization. They only care about winning, and everything is background noise. And I think is what Flores and Greer is doing.
Larry, so let me ask all y'all a question, man. So if Tua Tagovailoa is in camp murdering everybody, Fitz ain't even, I know reason, but hold on now. Fitz ain't even close. Rosen, okay, we about to get his bus ticket to him. And Jake Ruddock, okay, you look decent, whatever. If Tua's in camp murdering everybody, do you think? Well, let me ask y'all this. See, this will take away whether you want it to happen or not. I want to ask y'all, what is the percent chance that Flores comes out and say Tua Tagovailoa will start because he gives us the best chance to win. Ooh, we heard that.
I was about to say,
I heard
that line in there, didn't you?
To be
because
honest,
Flores say he going with the guy that give us the best chance to win.
I think Fitzpatrick gives him the best chance to win because every rookie has growing pains, no matter how good they are. So I think right now Fitzpatrick gives you the best chance to win right now.
And Vic just took my point.
But hold on, guys. Hold on. Yeah, guys, let me answer TD's question. I think he's going to love this. This is what I predict. Tua's going to be ready before the rest of the team is ready. Okay? So when am I going to play Tua? I'm smart. I'm logical. I'm not going to be emotional about it. Tua is kicking ass. I'm not going to put him in there because the rest of my team is not ready just yet. That means my rookies are starting. If they got a learning curve, Fitzpatrick is the perfect quarterback, even if he's not playing well, just to help the kids along. That's what he did. But you're missing,
Larry. You're missing this point. If the O-line comes out, and they're playing, if the O-line comes out and they're playing like the number one O-line in football for Fitzpatrick, but he regresses and starts stinking it up, and Rosen gives us the best chance to win, could Flores be the guy that says we're going with Tua because he give us the best chance?
You just said Rosen gives us the best chance to win.
I look at it. No, I look at it from this standpoint. It just depends on whether the team is winning or not. It just depends on whether the team is winning or not. If we're winning, and Tua could very likely be outperforming every quarterback we have in this roster, and I think that's a real possibility. Tua outperforming them in practice and in OTAs. But as long as the overall team is having success, and Fitzpatrick might not be lighting it up. But if they're winning, no, I don't see that. I don't foresee that happening.
No, I disagree in that regard.
Again, Tua's not playing in 2020.
I'm injecting what I want to see in them.
Hopefully not.
They want to win look at the big picture. They want to win the Super Bowl. And they're going to be honest with you, just like the Heat are honest with their players.
Go long term, don't go short term. That's short term thinking, Larry. That's short term thinking, Larry. You got to think long term. No, that ain't long term thinking. That's thinking this season where I can. The playoff. You're going to throw a rookie in there. Hold on. No, you're saying if they're winning, you want to throw them in there if something happens. What I'm sitting here and saying is the playoffs are a whole different beast. So you're going to give some guy in there who hasn't even had half the season probably, and now you're going to lead him into the playoffs when there's questions about his durability. He's coming off a major injury. Bro, I'm thinking about the next 10, 15 years. I'm not thinking about 20.
I'm thinking about RG3. That's the first thing that came to my mind. RG3.
Hold on. Reason, if he's not I'm not talking about physically fit. You're going a different direction.
No, let's say he's physically fit. I'm saying if he's 110%, I am not putting him in there in 2020, no matter what, because I'm thinking about the next 10 to 15 years. I'm not thinking about 2020 with him. That's what I'm saying.
Let me tell you a story.
Long term, not
Let me tell you a story. I'm thinking long term. Okay, let me tell you a story.
No, that's short term.
And I don't know if you guys are Miami Hurricane fans or not. But back in, I think it was 1999, the Miami Hurricanes had Kenny Kelly as a quarterback, and they had this freshman quarterback who clearly had the it factor, okay? They chose to play it out with Kenny Kelly because he's a good guy and all that stuff, and I believe probably that's Butch Davis eventual firing. The next year, the first game of the year, the Hurricanes play the University of Washington. It's this quarterback's first debut. And because he had no experience, had a lousy first half. And the Canes had a big lead. The Cougars had a big lead. Second half, he settled down, and you saw the traits that came down and almost sent him back to the victory. That one loss cost them the championship because they went undefeated. That quarterback was Ken Dorsey.
But college football is
my point is, you're wrong about that. You want him to have playoff experience.
I'm right because everyone in the comments
you're comparing the ACC and the Pac-12 matchup, an ACC and a Pac-12 matchup to the NFL.
Oh man. And college, where short college is about this year. College is not about next year. College is about this year. It's not about next year.
We're talking about his health. We're talking about his long-term health. I get what you're saying, Larry. Let him get his feet wet. Hold up. Let me finish. Larry, go ahead.
No, I'm not talking about his health. If he's not healthy or there's any question about it, no, that he's not ready. Okay? I don't care how well he shows in practice. He's not ready. But let's assume that he's as far advanced as everybody claims he is. Okay, everybody outside his camp, I should say it is. And let's say he's showing it in practice, and our team is doing well. Okay, hey, these Rosen and Fitzpatrick are Lamar Odom and Karan Butler. Nice players. You love him, but they're not going to take us to the championship. And that's true. Don't give me that's college. That's true in all sports. Okay, all sports. When you put young players for the first time in the playoff experience, they don't perform as well as when they get the playoff experience. That's all.
Bro, you got grown men trying to take your head off because they got to feed their family to the next level. It's not even comparable. It's not even comparable. No, it isn't, because when you're in college, when you're in college, you're not facing a 27-year-old, a 28-year-old, a full-grown men bodies, and coming off this serious of an injury when you already have Fitzpatrick and you already have a line that's going to be full of rookies. No, you do not run that risk. You think about 2021. You don't think about 2020.
But reason, that's why I stated it, and I stated before. My prediction is more than likely Tua is going to be ahead of the team. I'm talking about when our team starts to gel and gain more experience. If they do, okay, that's the point I would consider bringing in Tua. Okay, not if Austin Jackson is still giving up whiffing on Dad and Robert Hunt on the other side. No, of course not, because the team is not ready yet. But they got to go through their learning experience first. They're going to get better. I believe that. Okay, if they really put the effort in, they're going to get better. But definitely, I don't ever put a rookie in any sport with a whole bunch of rookies to start out a season. Okay, you just don't. Let them learn. That's what I'm saying. When the team, I predict we're going to be in that argument. Tua is ready. We're going to have fans screaming for it. I'm saying the smart move, and I hope what Flores is, no, let the team catch up to Tua, if that's the case. Okay.
So we know that this is going to be a major. We know that this is going to be a major discussion as the summer goes on, because especially whenever they find themselves in camp and they get to playing, and then the writers start talking about what they're seeing, and if Tua's lighting it up, it's going to be a conversation. I'm with all you guys. Don't do it no matter what. I just know that it's something that will be explored one way or another, man. So we're going to rotate some more people in. Y'all just have to follow the link in and out. Larry, if you want to stay backstage, just in case whenever I go through.
I have my fun already. Let somebody else have some more fun. Okay. Once again, TD, I appreciate what you're doing. You're awesome, buddy.
All right, you good. Thank you, man.
See you, Larry.
Quint Riddle with the donation. Larry oh, Lord.
No, he's right. I get so passionate. I
love it.
No, you good. You love the team, man, and we appreciate it, man.
Just a polite form of VM. Bye now.
Hey, man,
all right. What's up, Esteban?
I don't got time to wait. We can get somebody next year at quarterback. I'm just playing. Super Bowl, man. Super Bowl.
Oh, Lord.
Man. Hey guys, I wanted to move it forward and ask y'all a question, though, another question that I thought about. So we got everybody surprised in this draft. Okay. Now I want to go through this list real quick. All right. Before we do, I want to bring in Donald. What's up, Donald?
Hey, baby, how we doing? What's up, panel?
I love the clock.
Super Bowl, baby!
It's Dolphin time.
You're gonna jinx it. You're gonna
time.
jinx it the way you're rolling, dropping that SB all up in here. The SB word. You guys are
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
We gotta show that we're competitive in this division.
Look, all I know is this took me up and down. That's the reason why we have to just let things play out. Because after the first round, I was so disappointed. Don't get me wrong, Tua was worth number 5, but the other 2 picks, I was like, what in the world are they doing? But then when I saw day 2 and I saw day 3, oh my goodness. We gonna put something on the NFL. It's gonna be on them like a tick on a long hair sheepdog. We gonna put them to rest. I cannot wait. I
haven't heard that one, Donald. I like it. I like that one. I haven't heard that.
Goodness.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. If we make it to the playoffs, we beat a lot of great teams this year. Just looking at our schedule, so it'll give us hope going into the playoffs, and knowing that we've competed against some of the teams that are possibly going to be there already, knowing what they like, what they're going to want to do, and how we can make the adjustments.
Yes.
But like I said, we got this. Like EM said, and I say, you got to still play it. It sounds good. Hey, Mr. Ball Game.
Ball game.
Can I ask y'all a question though?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I think TD, you all were kind of covering it a little bit. With this regime, especially with the coaching staff in the front office, everybody thinks Fitzpatrick has this job locked up, and we're getting ready to go through camp. What if Rosen comes in and balls out? Do you think that this coaching staff will still keep Fitzpatrick at $10 million a year when Rosen's salary, as it is only at $4 million? Do you think that Fitzpatrick will still be the starter?
$10 million is not very much money for a competent quarterback in the NFL at all.
True.
Hey, hold on. I want to preface it like this. I'm gonna adjust your question a little bit, Donald.
Okay.
It's along the same realms.
AKA moving the goalpost. Okay, let's
it's actually what we see on the screen right now. Will Rosen start this season? Let's go around the table because I want to hear what everybody got to say about that. Will Rosen start this season? That's a legitimate question, and I'm gonna tell you why. I mean, honestly, y'all just, you know what? I'll answer it first then. Will Rosen start this season? There is a good chance Rosen can start this season. You know why? The reason why is because, first of all, they're not going to cut him from his contractual standpoint. Right. Tua's not going anywhere, and Fitzpatrick's not going anywhere. Those are the three quarterbacks that's probably going to be on the roster. Jake Rudock, unless they just decide to go with Jake Rudock, but I don't see it happening. The reason why I say Rosen might get a chance to start at some point this year is because we all just sat up here and agreed that don't put Tua in by any means necessary. And Fitzpatrick is a high risk at this point in his career of playing an entire season. He is a high risk of playing an entire season. I could see Josh Rosen getting his shot. I could see it.
Yeah.
Now, what do y'all think about that?
Yeah,
that makes sense. And we have a running game, so that takes a lot of pressure off of him. So
yes,
I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think if we get Fitz tragic or Fitz get hurt, I'm going to be calling for Rosen or Rudock over Tua to continue to protect my investment, because either two things happen. Either Rosen balls out and either increases his value in a trade, even if he's just competent. He doesn't even have to ball out. If he's competent, he increases his value in a trade. If he balls out, he gives them a tough decision between Rosa and Tua. He gives them a tough decision between Rosen and Tua if Rosen balls out. And if he doesn't ball out and he falls flat on his face, we end up with a draft pick. So, I mean,
this is the way I see it. When we go to the Super Bowl, Fitzpatrick is going to be Wentz, and Rosen will be Nick Foles. And Tua, we got a future Joe Montana sitting on the bench when we go to Super Bowl. Why are we talking about playoffs? What's wrong with y'all?
I think we need to ease up on this.
Super Bowl, baby.
Hey, I ain't trying
Super Bowl ball game. Get out of here with that mess.
I'm as optimistic as the next man, but I'm also realistic.
Mm-hmm.
The playbooks, they just according to my son, who is back and forth with Josh, he just got the playbook 2 weeks ago. They don't even know how they're gonna go about the whole process of putting this thing together. Everything that would have normally been a lot easier with OTAs and all that stuff has just become so much more different. Virtual workouts and all this type of stuff, man, is about to take a whole nother level on how these guys are actually locked in to trying to learn pieces and the continuity of this outfit. I mean, I'm just saying, like, the defense will be easy. You can get out there and run around, and you can run shells of 3, cover 4, cover 6, and be okay. But the actual intricacies of this offense gelling with the offensive line pieces and figuring out who works better with who and which side and this, that, and the other, that's going to take some time, bro. So my thought process, because and I'll be back, TD. I know you guys probably gonna be on a little bit, but I got some other stuff I gotta take care of. But I want to make sure we understood this. The pieces that we picked up, for me, give us an A+ in this draft. So I'm very excited at this point. I'm happy. I'm happy. We missed. I still say, I'm not so over the top pleased with those second two selections in the first round, but these other ones, Curtis Weaver and even the Weaver pick on day 3 did it for me. That they had their eyes on the right type of guys. These guys were slated to be in the top 100 picks. We get them in the 5th round, man. Come on, man. That's amazing. But for the quarterback thing in particular, letting Josh go right now is a bad idea all around, because at the end of the day, they're still banking on the fact that he was a top 10 pick. Maybe he's not the sexy pick. There's nothing sexy about Josh, but Josh can be a good quarterback. So they have to, because we're still in the rebuild mode. You know this, right? I mean, all these veterans that we brought in, bro, we brought them in to train up these young guys for the long haul. So we're still in rebuild mode too. I mean, you don't rebuild in 1 year and then and then get there. It could happen with great coaching and these guys just completely locking in and going out there and just kicking butt. But realistically, I'm saying now at this point, with what we did in this draft and the faith of this coaching staff, 10-6. I said 9-7 last night, but I'm saying 10-6, maybe 11-5 if things fall to a position where somebody else. It has to be that another organization stumbles over themselves. I looked at our schedule today, man, and realistically, 10-6 makes sense to me. However, that is 2 times as many wins from last year, which means that's that much more growth on this defense and on these offensive pieces that were already shining last year for us. If we can get a run game established, good Lord, stand by.
Ball game, you took the words out of my mouth, bro, because that's exactly what I was gonna say, man. You can't get if you got a playbook that difficult to put together. I've been saying that since before the draft started. It all depends on that's the first phase of the offense that we have to establish is the run game, man. Howard is gonna be critical, bro.
They received part 1 of the playbook. And according to the text message I got, part one is 69 pages, front and back.
I have a question for you.
69 pages, just part 1. The entire playbook is 400 pages, bro.
Hold up, I have a question. Hold up, wait. Sorry, guys.
That's part 1.
Out of the 10-6,
3 formations. Right? That's 3 formations. 69 pages.
I don't think you can hear you.
Ballman, can you hear me?
I hear you, sweetie. What's up?
Out of the 10-6 records you have, right?
Yes.
How many of those are divisional wins?
6.
4.
So we're going 4-2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, honestly,
split with the Bills and still split with the Patriots at home and on their turf. Because you listen, man. That's something about Foxborough, man. We can defend home. But they tough up there, bro. No, we can get the Jets, no problem. But the Bills, we'll split with the Bills and split with the Patriots. And that's fine. Because if you look at what the Bills did in the offseason, too, it's not that they lost anything by what they did in the offseason. They actually got better.
The Bills had the second best free agency, and they had a fantastic draft. And look at the Jets. The Jets finally got someone.
And the Jets had movement, too.
The Jets
hold on.
draft, man.
Reason. You said Bills had the second best free agency behind who?
Behind us.
Let's go, baby.
You could argue that they might have had
at the best
a top 5 draft as well. And I think we had a top 5 draft, and the Jets had a really good draft.
No one in football nation right now can deny that the Miami Dolphins didn't kill this free agents. Didn't kill the offseason. They murdered it. They murdered it. I'm talking about left it on the side of the road.
In our division, ball game said 4-2. I just don't agree with the Bills. I think we're going to sweep the Bills, bro. I think our defense is. I'm telling you, man. Our defense.
You're fanning it, bro. You're fanning it, man. You've been a fan,
man. Let me make my point, ball game.
Okay, go ahead.
The way that this defense is coming together, we are strategically set up to beat a team like that. I mean, they might be close games, But I believe we'll sweep both games.
Hey, we have to come together. They're already together. You understand? They didn't lose many pieces. We had to bring in pieces. So we got guys that still have to gel, bro. Buffalo had a really good defense last year. So they're ahead of us right now on the learning curve. Only thing they got to do is go out there and knock the rust off.
I'll put it like this, ball game, in that regards. I agree with you. But I'm going to wait till I see the dates of the schedule. If we luck out and we get Buffalo twice at the end of the season, I feel a whole lot better because I think last season we played them twice in the last 5 weeks.
Yeah,
and if that happens, if something like that happens again, now we could talk about possibly, if we're doing well, of course, if we're gelling, going in and getting both of those games. So
all that matters
I gotta
too.
wait for the schedule.
Yeah, that's huge. Where we play them. But, traditionally, they really have never given us our divisional opponent. They give us one early and then we get one late. You know what I mean? And the Miami, we always generally have to go up to the snow to play them. So, it is what it is. I mean, 4-2, I think, is still great inside of our division, considering we don't really know. The Patriots are what I consider right now the sleeping dog that you don't want to walk in the room and startle. You feel me? Just let them lay. Let them be where they at, and then you deal with them when you got to deal with them, because you never know, man. That I don't care what nobody said. That Belichick's something serious, bro.
But hey, can I ask a question in? Because you bring up a very good point about the offense really having to try to catch up where the defense is, especially with them just now getting the playbook. That already, to me, it already kind of sets things up. Because now we know that Tua is going to be trying to learn behind the veterans that you have right now. But with that being said, I also think it also gives a prime opportunity for Rosen from this standpoint. Even if he will not be our quarterback going forward, it also allows him the opportunity to get much valuable playing time behind a good line with a running game, so people out in the NFL can take a look at him and he can become trade bait later on. Or he will, going forward, he will be the man for the next 2 to 3 years or what have you. Because even EM alluded to, if Rosen takes the bull by the horns, he becomes that starter as we can envision him to become. And he just goes ahead and just takes it. Hey, Tua becomes that trade bait. But that will remain to be seen. But what I would like to ask you all from a schematic standpoint, let me ask you, didn't the Phins pick up another defensive tackle?
Benito Jones.
Yes, from Ole Miss.
Yeah, me and Ian. When we did our tackle big board, Benito Jones, it was between him and Raekwon Williams for that 5th spot. Benito Jones was right outside our top 5 for scheme fits.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is, kids, that boy will put a sign on your eye saying "close for the weekend." His hands are so heavy that first punch when he comes off the line, it is going to be something to behold, especially setting the middle and saying, you will not run on the Dolphins, which is so needed because I'm so tired of watching our trenches get beat up, whether it's on the O-line or the D-line. This D-line will set the tone for our games. I cannot wait as a fan to see how Coach Flo, and this is my main thing, I get out the way so that way you can let somebody else in, TD. But this is what I want to see. I want to see the progression. It was not that I didn't like Chad O'Shea, and it wasn't that I didn't like the defensive coordinator. What I saw from them last year was no type of progression as far as teaching the youngsters.
They didn't have anybody.
They didn't have it.
Yeah, they didn't have any actual teachers. Those guys were guys that were behind somebody that Gates decided, you know what, I'm gonna give them a shot. But when you at this even in the NFL level, if your coaches can't coach, they can't coach the intricacies of the techniques, your guys are gonna flourish. You can't expect a guy to go out there and just be out there winning every week off just raw talent. It ain't gonna happen.
Yes.
They need technique. Technique is gonna always keep players reliable, and it's gonna also keep them relevant. You know what I'm saying? That's why Von Miller is still relevant, because Von Miller's technique is amazing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Von Miller, he's a technique. If anybody want to watch a guy that has done it the same way, I mean, it ain't nothing fancy to it. It's just that he does it the same way every play, and he wear you down with it, because even though you know it's coming, he's so good at it.
Yes.
Because his technique is so great. So even when he slows down, he's still gonna be effective.
Well, I'm gonna take my clock because everybody told me. I seen the comments. They told me to take my clock down because I'm infringing on Flavor Flav. But that's okay. That's okay. Flavor Flav ain't got one thing. He ain't got this team as his team. So he got some issues. But count it this way: the Dolphins will be making noise in the NFL. And when it comes time for it to sit up here and take care of business, only thing I'm gonna leave it at this. If the Dolphins don't handle their business, then the Mona Lisa is a man and Popeye was a wuss. Because the Dolphins will make noise from now on. Y'all take it slow.
We got a whole nother draft that we loaded in, bro. It's finna get
Donald, stay on, bro. Oh man, he got off. I was gonna holler at him about something down here. Anyways, because he lives here too.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there he is.
We getting together, Esteban.
Yeah, hey man, together. I just wanted to tell you, I heard you talking about pizza and wings, bro. You got to get the pecan smoke wings at Walmart that we have here right now, bro. You can just get them at the store. Have you, bro? They are the best, bro. I'm sorry, I just had to throw that in. Pecan smoke, dude, they are awesome, bro. Anyways, I got to give my take, and then I'm out of here too. I'm here. I love the Weaver pickup. Strobridge, y'all gonna love him. The dude, he played in that base defense. The dude is used to going against 2 or 3 defenders and still making a play. So y'all are gonna love him. I loved what they did today. I can't believe at the back end of the draft they did this.
I'm at North Carolina.
Let me say this real quick.
In North Carolina, I watched them a lot. So
and in the Super Bowl, the Senior Bowl practices and the game, he did well too. So I mean, that kind of put it over the top for me. I can't believe he lasted that long. I can't believe that we got him.
To be honest, I'm surprised they lasted that long.
Yeah, man. Weaver lasted that long just because he didn't come from a Power 5. So
hey, I got a question for y'all, man. Listen, this is I know we're happy about all these players right now, but I think that things are going to get real interesting when we have to drop the roster down to 53. Do you not see the fullness of talent on this roster? And some of us are going to be
going somewhere else.
Yeah,
that's why from the beginning, I've always been saying training camp is going to get very interesting this year, because
there's going to be some great players that we're going to wonder why they didn't make the 53, because we don't have room for them.
I'm not going to question it though.
Yeah, true, but an area in particular between the D line and the linebackers, when you put those together, and usually that consists of about 13, 14 spots on the roster.
Yeah,
we got. I mean, the way I'm looking at it now, we have about 16 guys who, man, the back end of that is like, oh man.
So you go through the process and you take a veteran. You take a veteran in front of a youngster.
TD, Lawson, Ogba, Strobridge, Weaver, Wilkins. Oh my gosh, I had Godchild. What? Oh my gosh, bro.
The front seven is sexy.
Godchild might be gone. You're right. Godchild might be traded.
Hey, but we can throw his name in there for now. But I'm just saying.
But
I'm just saying, man.
The setup is a veteran. The setup is a veteran with the rookie behind them, and the veteran takes 60. The split 60-40. Right, and that's how they work it until you feel comfortable with the young guy taking over, and then all those guys. You gotta think about them contracts we signed them guys to. Most of them ain't but 2-year contracts. You know what I mean? So we look at 2 or 3 years. So you're looking for guys that you bring in out through this draft to really matriculate early, so that you can get them old guys out of there, and you still don't lose anything, because we still got a whole nother draft to go through next year, which is crazy.
Hey, ball game. I'm gonna send y'all a link.
You gotta ask those questions. Does Taco make the roster? All these guys, man.
I think Charles Harris is gone.
He's
of
gone.
course. Well, that's that better.
Well, he ain't he not scheme. He's not versatile enough. But it's not his fault though. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not Charles' fault because the old regime was not smart enough to play that boy where he flourished at from college. If they had just let him stand up and rush the passer, things would have been a lot different. When you try and take a guy that stood up his whole college career and have him go to put his hand in the dirt, that's different. He just never strong enough for that. He's only 250, and you asking the dude to go down there and bang with 323-pound dudes. But it would have been different if he could have used his speed off of the edge standing up. But now he got to come from a 4-point stance. He not Cam Wake. Cam Wake had almost 18, 19 pounds on him. Cam Wake went 270 some years. That's a lot. 30 pounds is a big difference when you're dealing with 325-pound tackles.
Man, I heard. I'm sorry, I didn't hear. I watched a video of Weaver talking about his technique.
He don't have technique.
Hey, bro.
You teach him technique.
I'm telling you, man. You're gonna like it.
What he has right now is
he's young, man. He's raw.
He has teachability.
Yeah.
He has body size. He has body type.
He has body type.
And he has a motor. They gonna teach him technique. I want to learn technique in the house. In-house technique.
I want to go to another segment real quick that's probably gonna make a lot of people happy because it's gonna be real interesting. We got 11 draft picks, and I want to go down the line of all 11, and I just want to get y'all take, okay? Starter or reserve?
Oh.
This should be real interesting, okay? Starter or reserve? All right?
We gotta do this now.
Hey, I know. Maybe I should be saving it for later. I don't know.
Nah, go ahead. Let me don't worry.
You talking reserve as in still get playing time though, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
You're a starter though. I want to know, are you
You
starting
talking about this year?
This year.
Or in the future?
This year.
This year
right here. You made the roster. You're starting at your position game 1.
Okay.
Or you're backup. Okay. We're gonna start at the very bottom. Malcolm Perry, wide receiver.
Back up.
Special
team guy.
I figured. That's why I wanted to start from the bottom to get some of these more easy ones out the way. Well, I guess this one isn't easy. This is the dark horse of the draft, the best pick I think we've made. Long snapper Blake Ferguson, starter or reserve?
Starter.
Yeah,
of course he's starting.
We lost Denny, and they really didn't. It's not that they didn't care for the guy that they replaced Denny with, but they always wanted better competition at that position. So even if, that's a tough one because the kid from last year really wasn't horrible. You know what I mean? He did a fairly decent job, but it's hard replacing a guy like Denny, man.
But they drafted this guy,
so he probably the starter then.
Exactly. Yep. That's interesting. Starter in the 6th round. Hey, Flores went after a starter in the 6th round. Sleeper pick. Y'all better wake up. That's a starter, man. All right, y'all. Here we go. Curtis Weaver.
Reserve.
Reserve.
But that's a good thing.
You said back up?
Yeah, he's probably going to be the backup outside linebacker in the 3-4, and then you could probably shift him on the end, but I mainly see him lining up as that outside linebacker in the 3-4.
It's crazy they gave him an A+ grade at that pick.
That's right. That's accurate. For the upside and what he did in production-wise out there, boys, even though he was at that small school, man, that boy was legit. I had him, man, I'm telling you, it's crazy that he went where he went. That's how we stole. That's a steal. That's a legitimate. You put your mask on. Well, you walked in straight face. Nobody saw you on the camera, and you went in there and you took all the jury out of the jury case, and they didn't get you. That's a steal.
So hold on. Is this guy going to eventually start in his career?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great to hear.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, he's the third best pass rusher in this draft.
Yeah.
In the 5th freaking round, man. That's crazy to me. All right.
And his run
opposite each other, opposite sides of the defense.
See, what I love about hearing this is if someone gets hurt, this is what we never had.
Yeah.
This is what we never had, man. The depth.
Yeah.
All Andrew got to do is listen. I'm telling you this now. You heard me say it. All Andrew got to do is stay healthy, bro. Andrew stay healthy. Andrew gonna be a star in this league for years to come, and he gonna be right here with us.
What about Jason Strawbridge?
Reserve.
He's a reserve.
You gotta learn,
but he's gonna.
He gotta get a little stronger too.
He's only 285.
Reason? He's gonna be a starter, and like eventually.
Yeah,
later.
He's got that move around ability. Like I'm not gonna say clowny
season though, right?
But he has that body type, bro, where you can put him at lot. You can put him on.
He gonna get a lot of reps.
You can put his hand in the dirt. You can move him out to linebacker, bro, and just stand him up. I'm telling you, dude.
He is the ideal 3-4-2 gap defensive end.
Right.
Like you can see, it's going to be Raekwon in the middle. It's going to be you're not standing him up. It's going to be Raekwon in the middle, and it's going to be Strobridge, and it's going to be Wilkins on his outside, and all three guys are guys that Flores drafted. They're Flores guys.
Yeah, we're not gonna stand him up because if you look at his body type, he's prototypical. Like you said, he's prototypical 3-4 DN.
I don't know. I'm not. I hear what y'all are saying, but I don't agree with that completely. You can stand him up, bro. Definitely. He's got that body type where you can, man.
He 285, bro. He gonna get bigger. He ain't gonna lose no weight. He gonna get bigger. He's gonna have to get bigger. They're gonna put him on the weight program. They're gonna put him on the eating. They're gonna put him on a food supplement. He gonna get bigger. He has to get bigger. So he gonna have to get bigger. So which means
I don't know. When I look at him, bro, I'm telling you, you can move him around, man. You can move him around.
You could. You can't in the pros. He gonna be a DN in the pros, bro. Trust me.
Time will tell. I just with Flores' mentality, man. I just don't think that's a guy that you just keep him. He's flexible, man. He's definitely flexible.
What are you keeping him at? Because if we actually go to a 4-man front, he can still flex up the DN for you. He's got playability everywhere, but you want your linebackers. Can he cover a slot?
So and guess who gave us that?
Can he cover the slot?
No, he can't cover the slot.
There we go then. So there you go. That's one of the primary things.
But I see him being able to cover a running back.
Which one? Which ones? I mean, I'm just saying these are questions that everybody in that room also going to be asking themselves. Can he do these things? And if it's we don't know, then it's an X off and you keep moving. But the first thing first is, can he flex out and cover a tight end?
Yes. Can
he cover a slot?
No.
Can he? No, he can't. No, he cannot.
And he a liability then, so he gonna be on the D line.
But I mean, that's why you're not gonna. I mean, you're not gonna give him heavy reps in that.
Listen, I want you to think about this, right? We're talking about a guy that's gonna be our future, a guy that's gonna be one of our future pass rushers, right? If indeed his job is disruption and his is to give us pressure and to rush the pass and all that type of stuff, he's gonna get reps at that the most. Now, granted, yes, I'd want to see him stand up and be able to go out there and flex out too, because flexibility is, it makes him that much more valuable. But at the end of the day, we got a plethora of guys that can do that.
Just because you stand him up doesn't mean that he's going to be in pass coverage. What I'm saying is, when you stand up a guy, you move him around. It just disguises where you're going to send him. I'm talking about how you use Clowney, bro. How you use Clowney. That's how you can use Strobridge. That's what I'm saying.
We thought you meant in stand him up and give him a coverage assignment.
No,
at least that's what I thought.
No,
okay, that makes sense.
No, you can. What's up?
This is why I try to tell people, explain your whole point and let me get through my whole point, because if you don't and you leave a vague statement out there like that, it's open to context. And guys like Reason and Ball Game and EM are going to think about the whole system when you say something like that.
I'm thinking primary. Primary to secondary.
No.
I'm with you now. I get what you're saying. So do y'all realize with Jason Strawbridge, do y'all even know how we got that pick? Who we got that pick from?
I don't remember.
That was a Pittsburgh pick for Minka with the first.
Okay.
A lot of people forgot about that. They were like, "Oh, well, we got a first round pick back, but we also got a 5th rounder with that." And that was a cherry on top with the Minka Fitzpatrick pick. So that makes me feel a whole lot better about getting the first back and a player like Strawbridge, man. That's a good look. Listen, the trade looks a whole lot better right now. I'll put it like that. And hold on, what was that? Well, Austin Jackson. So you got to put Austin Jackson and Jason Strawbridge together, and that was your Minka Fitzpatrick pick.
Oh, we won then.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got a corner, you got a lockdown corner potentially, and you got an end.
No, we talking about Austin Jackson, the O-line.
Offensive tackle from USC.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. That was the Houston pick. Okay, so we got a left tackle. I'm sorry. You're right. Okay. You're right.
Well, we'll see. After training camp and who's starting at that position. If he's a starter, if he's a day one starter, then yeah, by all means. Because the kid ain't gonna do what. The only thing he can do at this point is go out there and in my opinion, fail. Through failure, there's also growth. Right, because he's going from college to the NFL, so you expect him to fail a little bit anyway.
Yeah. Hey y'all,
take some
I just want to tell y'all, I'm super proud to be a
I'll
Dolphins
be back in a little
fan.
while, y'all.
All right.
Yeah. I'm with ball game. I gotta go, man. I'm super proud of what the Dolphins did. I'm proud to be a Dolphin fan. Mm-hmm. The flexibility we're gonna have on defense is ridiculous. This is exactly what Florida's been looking for. He's gonna be able to disguise defenses. I mean, we're gonna have people confused. I mean, I know ball game was talking 4-2 in our division, but if we can get the our run game going, I would have a higher expectation in the division. I mean, I would go 6-0, bro. I mean, if we can get our run game going and just little by little, man, start picking up, the pass game. We do have some continuity with our quarterback and wide receivers, so. We just got to get the O-line together, man. So it starts with the run game. So for me, I have high expectations for this year, man. I'm super proud of them. Super proud to be a Dolphins fan, man. Sky's the limit, man. I'm ready for a Super Bowl. So I'm out, y'all. Love y'all.
What's up, baby? Love you, man. We'll see you soon, bro. Yes, hey guys, let's try to hurry up and finish the rest of this list because I'm supposed to end the stream at 9. But we're gonna move on from Jason, and I want to go with guard Solomon Kindley from Georgia, A grade. We traded 2 4th-round picks to move up to get him in the 4th. Starter or reserve?
I'm gonna take that one, Reason, because I'm thinking about where people are getting moved at in order for him.
I'm really interested to see how they're gonna play this because all of his snaps came at left guard next to Andrew Thomas
in Boston. You know what's up with that? Now, am I saying it right?
What?
You're talking about Solomon Kindley.
Flowers. No, I meant Flowers.
Yeah, Flowers is a left.
I don't know why I said Lawson.
And we signed Flowers there, and Robert Hunt. He projects like I had him lined up at guard in this draft. He projects as a top 3 guard in this draft. Kindley, like my top 5 guards in this draft were Kindley, him, were Kindley, Hunt, Damian Lewis. If you're going to kick Matt Hennessy out to guard, and I like Shane Lemieux. I love that pick. That's an A+ pick for me. You got an absolute brick wall of a man to put there. And he's a violent player. He's a mauler, but he can make the transition to right guard. I don't see why he can't.
And we moved up to get him.
And I'm really thinking, like when I sat back and I looked at it, if I were to project right here, right now, I'm probably going Austin Jackson, Flowers, Karras, Kindley, and then I'm kicking Robert Hunt out to tackle because Robert Hunt at right tackle was one of the better right tackles in college before he got that serious groin injury this year. So, yeah, man, it looks like they're going a really power run, right? They just want to throw power at you, get you in that phone booth, and let it rip. And it's the same thing that they're doing on the defensive side of the trenches. Our offensive line wants to blow you up. They don't just want to move you; they want to blow you up. So,
man, doesn't it feel good to think that we know that we got our O-line, our starting O-line? Oh my gosh, man! Just to know that we can feel comfortable about saying this person at left tackle, that person at left guard, that person at center, that person at right guard, that person at right tackle. And we'd be okay with the vision, with what we have in front of us. I'm shocked, man. I'm happy, man.
And you know what's crazy, TD? What's the strength? Like, what's the strength of the Saints' offensive line? It's the interior. Like that's why they drafted Cesar Ruiz, right? When they already had a Pro Bowl center because they could kick him to guard, and then they have Andres Pete as their left guard. They got massive interior, so you can't push the pocket back from the inside. If you're going to push the pocket back, it's going to be on the tackles on the outside. So the quarterbacks can still step up in that interior and move away from the outside pressure that could come off the end. So you can tell how they're building it, man. They're really stout in the middle. And then on the outside, it's power. It's power projects.
So did you say Solomon starting?
I think he's gonna. I think he'll beat. I mean, the only one that could compete for him at right guard is if they kick Jesse Davis in there. Who's going to compete with him? Dieter ain't going to compete with them.
No, I agree. I have Solomon as a starter.
Danny Isidore is not good enough either.
And Finsani and TD. What's the thing, right? Kinley's a Flores guy now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got that over everyone too, right? If you look at their line, they've overhauled it with all Flores and Greer guys in one off season, man.
And they gave that grade an A in the 4th round.
Oh, I give that an A+, man. I gave the Stowbridge, I give that an A, and I gave the Weaver an A+.
Dieter this year, no.
Yeah.
No,
he might be onto something. They might set him up to be Karras's replacement.
Yeah,
man, I'm about to cry, man. Y'all don't understand. Like, we got guys we could argue will be at spots. That means whoever behind them is just as good, man. I feel so good about this, man. All right, let's move along, man. Safety Brandon Jones out of Texas.
Special teams.
Yeah, this is kind of. This is the kind of play the jury's out for me on this one yet.
But is he going to start at safety? How about that?
He's going to start on special teams.
Safety. Starter or not at safety?
I don't know. I got to watch. When we drafted him that night after we got off stream, I told people this on the other channel. I went and watched about 2 hours worth of snaps of him. I got to watch more. I can't give that. That's why I haven't given that a grade, and I've literally graded as the jury's out for me on that one.
I agree. It's hard
CBS
to say.
Sports graded it already, and they gave it.
Yeah, they didn't do it. They didn't do it well. They didn't give him a good grade.
No.
But I think the kid's starting. Who's the true safety back there now? You see what I'm saying? Who's the true safety now?
What if they run with Rowe and Adrian Coburn? They brought back Adrian Coburn, who's very athletic, and that's what you need to play that spot, man. So, because another thing, I said to this, when I did get into the 2 hours worth of film, bro, and I can tell people in the comments haven't really watched a lot of it. When I got into it, guys, no, because you know what I saw, Finsanity?
Go ahead,
I saw another guy who a lot of his best plays came out of the slot.
Yep.
I was seeing a lot of the best plays coming out of the slot, and I was like, yo, we got Noah for that. I get it. You know, I've said to EM, Noah, to me, you play him in the slot, let him continue to develop his instincts and, you know, become better at reading and recognizing and keep him where he's comfortable. And that's where he could probably get the most snaps, especially because we run so much press man with the boundaries being covered by, you know, Needham right behind X and Byron, right? So, again, I looked at this guy and I was like, man, I like what I saw out of the slot. So I got to watch more about him.
This is going to be, see, that's the one thing I think people need to realize at the safety position. I think overall we got a good picture, but we improved in the area, but we still didn't slam dunk it. Mm-hmm. We still didn't slam dunk that situation. The only thing that makes me feel good about the guys that we have at safety is when they're in a responsibility of helping Byron Jones and Xavier Howard, there's less help needed possibly in many cases. So I think Flores and those guys understand that we put a lot of investment in these corners to not need as much help. They'll always have the help, but not as much. Therefore, let's address everything else and try to get better at that position. And we'll keep on finding ways to get better at the position. And let's coach them up because Flores is a secondary guy. And let's see if we can develop some guys and turn them into those guys to be back there and be dogs. And I think Brandon Jones is a piece that he liked and he was prototypical. And then he felt like he saw a vision of that guy possibly being that guy. It may not be this year. It may be a developmental thing that in a year or two from now, he's the guy. Or he just has a strong connection with Flores and it flourishes early on and he's that guy. But the good thing is, even with what you both just brought up, is at least we have some options now. We're just not looking at it as the guys that we had before. We actually have options now. And that's why I'm excited about it. But we still can get better at the position. So we shall see, man. I'm going to say that the kid starts because the 3rd round pick. And I'm going to say that he starts right now because still the true safety. And I could be dead wrong on this one. I wouldn't bet on it. I'll put it like that. Let's move forward and let's go Raekwon Davis because this one's interesting to me. Raekwon Davis, starter or reserve?
Starter.
We got my nose tackle, baby. Hey, Insanity, what you think?
I mean, to me, that was a no-brainer. As a starter, he's from Bama, baby. Roll Tide. We don't produce bench players on defense.
Man, I want him to sit in that middle and make life better for Christian Wilkins, for the linebackers, oh my God, people don't understand what's about to happen and how he's about to eat. How he's about to eat, man. I wanted Derrick Brown early on. And I'm going to tell you now, no Raekwon is not Derrick Brown, but when it comes to the run game, he's everything that I needed. He's everything that I need, man. And of course, I believe he's starting, no questions asked. All right. What about Robert Hunt?
Yeah, Reason already addressed that in his scenario with the way our offensive line should look going into training camp.
Is he going to start at right guard or is he going to start at right tackle?
Right side.
Yeah.
I think it's going to end up being tackle because it looks a little congested between the guard situation. And with the right combination, I think he'll be at right tackle. But do you feel good? Do you feel good about him at right tackle? You said that he was rated the third highest.
Yeah, he was. I believe he was the second highest graded right tackle before he got injured.
And what was that injury? Because I have no clue.
Groin.
And that was just last year.
Yeah.
Fully recovered from or something? He's still,
yeah, he must be because they like the medical enough to take him at 39, right?
Nice. Okay. All right, let's move on. Noah.
He better be.
He
better be. Like, it's not even a question.
He got an A+ grade though. That's the crazy thing. He got an A+ grade.
Because he's a good scheme fit. When you look at, I keep saying this like a broken record with him. We run the second most pressed man in the whole league, and that's his specialty, right? So,
well, we want to run the most pressed man. I think
we did last season.
Really?
Yeah.
That mean we caught up on it, Reason, because we didn't go heavy into it until about week 7. In my opinion, I think it was around week 7 we went heavy into man press. And that means we ran it so much at the end that we became the number 1 team in it.
We were second. We ran the second. We ran the second most man press. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And we're going to see a lot of Noah. That's obvious. We're going to see a lot of this kid on the field, man. Austin Jackson. I think we all agreed he is a starter on the left side, and Tua Tagovailoa
reserve.
But
he will be a starter. He is your future. He is your franchise quarterback. He is from Bama. And as soon as his jersey comes out, I'm buying it. I've lifted my quarterback jersey band.
Yep.
So
you know what I'm waiting for, Finsanity? I'm waiting for him to announce his number so I can go get the throwback customized with him.
Oh, Lord.
That's what I'm doing.
I mean, we have a lot of things to look forward to.
Because once he announces his number, I can go customize the throwback. The green throwback, I can go customize it with his number.
And hopefully you guys have checked out some of the deals on NFLshop.com.
I got to make sure he beat out Rosen first.
That's not even close.
People ready to go off on me in the comment section now, man.
Bro, people are heavy in the comments about this beard. Like, guys, as soon as
they want to see you cut it,
dude. As soon as we got, I'm not even lying. I woke up. My wife went to bed before the draft was done on day one. Woke up the next morning. She's like, I plugged in your shaver. It's all ready to go. She's like, but I've just been too busy between this channel, our channel, you know, social media and stuff. The past days have just been way too hectic, man. Yeah.
Yes, man. Y'all make sure y'all check Reason out on Finside, the NFL. I know a lot of people were asking what was the channel. So check it out at the bottom of the screen. It is Finside, the NFL. No excuse. Make sure you guys will head over. Make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get to the next landmark over there, 500 subscribers. We're so close. So y'all go show your love and support, man. Y'all go hit that like button on all the videos and hit that subscribe button. And let me help y'all out. SUBSCRIBE. Subscribe. All right. That's for Mike Pellegrino. See, I'm throwing a few jabs at him. He hit me with about 40 of them a day. That was the first one in months I'm throwing at him. But listen, we're about to get out of here, guys. We wanted to bring some of this draft action your way. Listen, we got so much more to talk about. We got to talk about these players on an individual basis. We got to get to know them better, who they are, where they came from, their upbringing, the trouble they got into, the adversity that they've been able to overcome, what led them to this position in their life, what their future holds for them. We're going to be getting into all of those things as the summer goes on. We got a long summer, guys. And as soon as football start cranking up, as soon as all of this passes and the NFL gives the green light, it's not going to do anything but take off from this point, guys. So make sure you subscribe, both channels, hit that like button, both channels. Make sure you show your love because we got the Dolphin content over here. We're giving you exactly what you all want and need because I know you're all real Miami Dolphin fans, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We love y'all. We love y'all. We love y'all. I love you, Finsanity. I appreciate you as always, Reason, EM, Ball Game, Esteban, everybody, Larry. Man. We had Larry come through and drop some knowledge on us. We had Donald with the Flavor Flav clock coming on, man. We did our thing tonight, man. But we'll see y'all real soon. We love y'all, man. And y'all be safe out there. Take care of your families and make sure you love on them tonight, guys. See y'all soon. Be excited about the future. Fins up. Peace.
Fins up.
Woo! Man, I almost forgot my freestyle. Coming at you all from a mile. The Dolphins like the Green Mile because we putting everybody on death row because we ain't slow. We about to go and blow. Yeah, we about to show the world that we. Oh man, the bars was coming out. Oh, I usually make people pay for those, y'all. Y'all lucky, man. Y'all lucky, man. I'm about to get out of here, man. I'll see y'all soon. Love y'all. Y'all stay safe. Peace. See y'all soon, man.